before we go to the next question, I want to issue a challenge. I saw him 500 talking about it. Let's try to issue a challenge to everybody that's on here, including ourselves, to go 24 hours with no negative conversation, without entertaining a negative conversation, and without looking at any negativity on social media, and see how your day will change.
Huge difference.
My life, man. We can't allow that in. Shout out to everybody.
That's that Troy Joy blueprint.
Yeah.
Book coming soon. I'm gonna make him do that book, y'all. Troy Joy coming soon.
Keep it away, man.
That's a major key.
Yeah.
It's a major key to success, and it's a major key to a healthy life. Is positivity is a major key.
That's clear out the noise.
Big fact. Hey, real quick, can I do the earnings report?
Absolutely.
Since we talking about some of these things we're gonna talk. So the earnings report today is brought to you by Ladder. We spoke about this so many times, man.
Shout out to Ladder.
Listen, life insurance is not for the people who live. It's not for the people who die, it's for the people who live. And so it's very important that we understand that. It's one of the keys to building generational wealth for future generations way down the line, man. I told you at 26, this guy sitting to my left, man, sat me down and said, you need to get this. I looked at him like, I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, I don't need this. He said, yes, you do. It's one of the best decisions that I've ever made, and I'm so indebted to him for allowing me to understand that process. So if you're wondering why we're talking about that, I want you to check out Ladder, right? Especially because they have term coverage, which is very affordable. So why not put a bit of each month of your pay to protect the ones you love for the long term? All right, Ladder makes it very easy and fast to get covered. All you need is a few minutes. Just hop on a phone or a laptop to apply. The algorithms work in real time, so all you need to do is apply and you get approved, or you'll know if you get approved instantly. There's no hidden fees and you can cancel anytime. And life insurance costs more as you age, and people, you should know that. So now is the time. Right now is a good time. There's no age that you shouldn't get it. All right. So if you want to check it out, go to Ladder today to see if you're instantly approved. Go to ladderlife.com/EYL. That's LADDER life.com/EYL. Ladderlife.com/EYL to check that out. Shout out to our Ladder team. And our earnings report. Fittingly enough, since we talked about these meme stocks, GameStop will be reporting on Wednesday after closing. I'm always, when they reported last quarter, I was like, they'll probably tank. I was so wrong. And so I'll be interested to see what happens this time. And then Thursday after a close, Dave & Buster's is going to be reporting. Now, I'm bringing up Dave & Buster's because I'm sure if Jamal's watching, he's going to be like, Troy, I've been telling you this since last June. He has been. And you were there for those conversations.
Yeah. Can you speak a little loud? They can't hear me? They're saying your microphone's a little low.
Touch that dial right there. What's the second one?
This one?
Yeah, turn it up.
This one?
Yep.
This one?
Yeah. We good? Yep.
You're good.
Yeah, so he's been telling me about Dave & Buster's as a reopening stock to be in. He said this in June, and had I listened to him, I listen to him a lot of times. But sometimes I'm like, Jamal, I don't really know. It was trading at $12. It was trading at $12. The ticker is PLAY. Play. You can't go wrong with this. So play. Right now, it is trading at $43 per share. And so they'll be reporting on Thursday after close. And so that's one of those ones I definitely want to watch now that the world is reopening and people want to be outside. If you've been in New York over the past 2 weeks, you've seen people outside. If you've been in Miami over the past 3 months, you see. If you've been in Atlanta, everybody's outside. Yeah. And so Dave & Buster's is one of those family-oriented places that you can have a good time, have some good food, and let the kids run around a little bit and get some energy off. So definitely a stock that I'm looking into. And then we saw there was some news this morning that the first cruise ship is leaving or docking back in North America for the first time since last June or last May. It's leaving from Barbados. So cruise lines are something that definitely one of those reopening trades that we're definitely going to be looking at. So that's our earnings report. Thank you, good folks.
Yeah. And play. I think we spoke about play.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah. That's something that, Jamal was very bullish on play.
Yes, still is probably.
And it's one of these things. I was just at a kid's birthday party. We both was at a kid's birthday party. And America is back open for business. And all of those things about to go crazy. Chuck E. Cheese, all of that stuff's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Live Nation too. a lot of content going will be happening.
Live Nation's about to go crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Oh my gosh, my guy. Marcus, what's going on? Unmute yourself. You've been unmuted. What's going on?
Yo, hearts to the moon. I'm joking.
How are you?
Yeah, hear me all right? So, how y'all doing, by the way?
Pretty good. How you feeling, man?
Good.
What's good, bro?
Good. I don't necessarily have a question. I have more of a discussion that I want to have. I mean, me and Ian had it as well. I kind of want to see what you guys' thought process is, and it's on Tesla. Like, as y'all know, Tesla's been hurting a lot of people for the past year or so because of the swing up and down, especially if you were in options with it. I'm trying to figure out my thought process when it comes to investing in Tesla moving forward. And the reason why I'm saying this, I feel like all the analysts are constantly saying that Tesla is just a car company. We all know that it's not just a car company, it's a tech company. However, the stock is still overvalued. And in the end of the day, you're not really investing in SpaceX. You're not investing in a tunnel. You're not investing into solar. You're still investing into a vehicle. And at this point, you have stuff like Ford coming out with their own electrical vehicles, GM and et cetera.
That
so
150 is sexy.
Yeah, the 150, like the Lightning, I'm sorry, but that Lightning is way better than a Cybertruck. Yeah. And and I'm just trying to figure out, like, at this point where everyone's still riding on this whole Tesla train, which is cool and stuff. It's just I was on that as well, but I've become a bear when it comes to Tesla, mostly because I'm no longer infatuated with the mind of Elon Musk, because he'd be manipulating markets or whatnot. But point being is that we were investing in Tesla because of the AI, which it still has, the battery, which at this point, every car manufacturer has a battery now, which is going to either equal to the same amount of miles or more. And it's EV. So do you still think that Tesla is still going to go to 1,000 if you're really not investing in anything besides the vehicle?
You want me to go first or go last?
Oh, yeah, as well as a tax break too. That was another thing, like the tax break. Once those go away, there's a lot of questions. And that's why, once Michael Burry put that short on it, that's when I started really looking into stuff. I'm like, there's a lot of questionable stuff about Tesla. That is it really still going to go to 1,000, or is this whole infatuation done with?
Can I just add my little 2 cents?
Go ahead.
From my amateur perspective. I think that that anonymous video was pretty much stuff that we said a lot, and they actually spoke a lot of truth. I encourage anybody to watch that anonymous video. It was actually very well put together, and they dropped a lot of gems on that, and they spoke a lot of truth. And I never was a fan of Tesla stock. I don't own Tesla stock. Obviously, if you got in Tesla last year, it was a great run up. But Tesla is one of these companies where I just don't see it being valuable as this like number one company in the world. Like how? Like it's not something like just from the eye test. As he said, like they made more money off of Bitcoin in the last quarter than they did selling cars. Elon Musk will be on EYL. That has to happen.
That will happen.
But yes, there has very erratic behavior. And
it's not erratic. Well, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
Well, erratic as far as how it's perceived in the public. And there is a lot of competition in the space. It's a lot of the things are projections of what will happen in the future, as opposed to what's currently happening right now. So, my exposure to Tesla is through ETFs. I just feel the ETF route is an easier way to get in, and they can always reposition it. If the stocks that's the one good thing about ETFs. If the stock's not really performing, then they can change
the allocation. Yeah,
they can change the allocation. So I'm actually have exposure to Tesla right now. My portfolio is through a couple of different ETFs that I own. So yeah, I mean, that's just my own take on Tesla. I feel like Elon Musk has become a superstar, and sometimes people get enamored by a person's personality and look past other things.
Fundamentals.
Look past fundamentals. If you really look at the fundamentals, what justifies Tesla's stock price? It's hard. Right. It's hard to justify that. But that's just my 2 cents on it.
They said which ETFs? What you in? ARKK?
ARKK.
ARKW?
Definitely has it. ARKW I have for my son. That definitely has it.
XLY.
XO. He's in XLY?
Yeah, it's in XO. It's number 2 in XLY.
XLY. It's not in QQQ, is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah. And then the index fund. S&P 500. So yeah, those are a few.
Yeah, that's 4 right there.
Yeah,
that's a wide range right there.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. What's your take, Ian?
Rest in peace of chat. If it was Kathy Wood, Bitcoin, and Elon last year, it got to be Kathy, Bitcoin, and Elon now. Now, when I came on and said it was going to drop to 394, oh my God, Ian's not for the culture. Does not know what he's talking about. Now everyone's worried. You guys have to. So I'll say this first. GM is the Microsoft of the EV space. Write that down. GM is going to be second. Everyone said that you can have a dominant brand leader and with no advantage. Apple proved that wrong. They created the space. Tesla will probably get credit for making the electronic vehicle space pop. If Biden probably has to pick a company to partner with, it'd probably be Ford or GM for the electric vehicles. Now, you're betting on the same thing. AI, Elon's brain, his celebrity, which celebrity CEOs, the value of the stock usually goes higher. Is the stock overvalued? Yes, at 900, it was too damn high, even in the 800s. It should fall back to 496.02, probably by September, October, roughly. It'll be a good time. The true value of Tesla is like $400.83. It's a good long-term investment. It just went parabolic last year. Now, I know everyone wants to get out, but the truth is a lot of people want to get out because you got to end at bad prices. That's it. Is the F-150 a better looking truck? Yes. But Ford has been so horribly run over the last 15 or 16 years, with the exception when Alan Mulally took over, did an amazing job. The stock ran, but when he left, it went right back to, you guys told me to curse, so I'm going to just say trash. But Tesla will be the number one. GM will be number two. Ford will be number three.
GM has the Hummer, right?
Yeah. And then the stock has been incredible for a long period of time. So they will be, that's why I tell you guys, like, look for the top three. And if you can get the top two, you'll be good. But Tesla is an exceptional company. They are just now, of course, with the government stuff and then the way they've been able to stay afloat and monetize, I've always said, I don't like it. They haven't produced enough revenue. Now, if he can get that to work, and the biggest weakness that Tesla has is that what I talked about a few weeks ago, they don't have a Tim Cook. You need an operator that is solely focused on a business, not all in a video, dancing on Twitter, manipulating crypto. They'll be off to the races and be fine, and they'll stabilize and hover around 600 to 850. Can they go to 1,000? Yes. When production for the new cars comes out, everybody will be back riding on them, and it'll be game, set, match. But if you're going to invest, you have to invest for the long term. Anybody that's been in since 2018, 2017, normally when Tesla makes a high, it automatically cuts in half. These are lessons you only learn if you're actually in it. So last year when it went off like crazy, it was like, thank you, my God. I'm glad it finally went up in the way that it should, but it's not that it's a bad asset. Most people just bought too high. It's going to slide back to 496.02. It'd be a decent buy area. If it gets to 400, I would be elated. And then it'll be off to the races, but you should probably ask some GM if they slide back and you'll be good. Tesla's Elon's one of the greatest entrepreneurs of our era. Troubled. And I've always said that, layered, complex, but betting against him is the same thing. As long as he has government backing from hedge funds, that Angel Space loves him, that will support him, he'll be fine. They have some revenue issues they have to fix. That part I don't like. I don't like another asset being the primary method of revenue for them. Never like that. But over the long haul, they'll be good. They'll be good. So
appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Great discussion too.
Appreciate you, man. But yeah, I
don't have to worry about this with Apple and Microsoft though. All he wants to talk about is Apple. Buy quality.
Shout out to Microsoft.
But I don't want it to be like I don't believe in Tesla. I still think that Tesla's a good company. Like you said, long-term buy and hold. I just feel like the stock is overinflated. That's all. Don't kill a messenger. I said tech was overinflated 6 months ago. I just felt it was overinflated. I still believe in tech. And what happened? Tech had a strong decline.
Yeah. But they killed Elon for saying when the stock for Tesla was overinflated, and he said it, and it was true. Yeah.
People get mad mm-hmm. I'm not. I don't know what you want me to say. Like, if I feel like if it's overinflated, it's over. That doesn't mean that it's a bad company. It's just overinflated. That's all. Like,
you don't like them.
A player might get paid too much money. He's not a bad player.
If LeBron got paid $200 million a year, it's overinflated. Now I hope he can get a $200 million check per year. But
LeBron
underpaid
extremely.
At $200 million a year for the Lakers,
he should get $1 billion. $1 billion contract.
I agree, but that's up to the to negotiate on the back end for all the concessions and all that stuff too. I mean, I could argue. Same with Mayweather. Like Mayweather, man, probably should get 10% of the money that comes into Las Vegas. He made Vegas. But that's another conversation.
There's a couple guys.
Look at the value of when he left versus what the annual revenue of what Vegas was when he was having them fights.
Michael Tyson was there before.
Yeah, but Floyd.
I'm talking modern era.
Oh, okay.
Floyd era.
Great documentary too. If you get to check it out, Knockout. Great documentary on Mike Tyson.
Floyd, he needs a statue on the strip.